Here's how to create a sacred space and why you need one. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean, and I help people to navigate their spiritual awakening so they can embark on a conscious path of ascension. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can join our awesome community of lightworkers and spiritual seekers. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a sacred space and also explain why you need one right now, especially if you're a lightworker or going through a spiritual awakening. So let's begin with talking about why a sacred space is so important. Now, creating a sacred space for yourself is the beginning of truly acting like a creator. And strengthening your ability to create is especially important for lightworkers, starseeds, and all of us going through a spiritual awakening. Now, I talk a lot about raising your vibration and consciously evolving the energy state of your body, your mind, and your emotions. Creating a sacred space represents expanding that effort beyond your body and into your surrounding physical space. Now, there are three main reasons to do this. The first one is that you need a way to not feel completely overwhelmed by the world events in this global crisis. The energy on this planet right now is extremely chaotic. I mean, there's a lot of heaviness, anxiety, and even depression in the air. Now, because we are a collective, you will still be affected by this energy to some extent, even if your personal situation is still okay. And if things are difficult for you, this overall heaviness in the world will only serve to make you feel worse and increase your level of anxiety. And a sacred space is going to provide you with an oasis away from all of that energy. The second reason to create a sacred space is because it is empowering. You are exercising your capability to create a desired area of positive energy around you that goes beyond your physical body. It expands your sense of command over a space that is beyond yourself. This will exercise your creative energy muscle and make it easier to feel inspired to create something wonderful in your larger life's circumstances. Now, the third reason to create a sacred space is because it provides you with a physical creative oasis of positive energy that you can enter to tune into your higher self, your angels, and your guides. It will instantly relax you and raise your vibration. It gives you a space where you can think clearly without negative influences impinging on your consciousness. It provides you with a space where you can meditate, let go, and release old thoughts and energy that no longer serve you. In short, it will just make you feel incredibly great. Now, let's talk about the different ways that you can create this space for yourself. There are two areas within which you can create a sacred space. One is in your home and the other is outdoors, perhaps in your yard if you have one. And it could even be on a balcony if you live in an apartment. Now, I think it's great to have several sacred spaces in your home if you can manage that. So step one is to choose your space. Now, the next most important thing for you to do before you set anything up is to be intentional. The whole idea behind a sacred space is that you are using your cosmic ability to create a certain type of energy. And you cannot create this unless you first intend to do so. Now, your thoughts are energy and your thoughts exist as a creative power. So before you begin, I want you to think about the actual experience that you want to create for yourself in your chosen space. Now, this experience is going to be very personal to you, so you may not be able to actually articulate it in words. But the point is that you are very clear within yourself what it is that you want to feel in the space that you're going to create. And that experience is probably going to fall along the lines of something like peaceful, serene, relaxed, or inspired. Or maybe you want to feel refreshed and open, or perhaps open to nature. Just bring to mind what it is that you actually want to feel when you're in this space. And this is so important, you guys, because it is that feeling that is going to guide you in exactly how to create this. So the idea is to think about what you can put in that space that will support the actual feeling that you wish to have. Now let me give you a couple of examples of possible sacred spaces that you can create. One could be on a balcony or an outdoor deck, and the other would be an indoor space of your choosing. So let's talk first about a possible indoor space. You can choose a special corner in your home or even an entire room. Now, I work from home and I have made my entire office into a sacred space. I have 2 or 3 small areas where I have placed things that help me to feel relaxed and inspire my creative energy to flow. I placed a comfortable chair by a window so I can take brief meditation breaks. I have things like crystals, pictures of angels, angel and fairy statues, and I also have 2 small tabletop water fountains because I love the sound of running water. And I keep fresh flowers around whenever I have that opportunity. I also have a couple of salt lamps and some candles. So my office is a sacred space where my energy can flow and I can easily create all of the high vibrational writings and postings that I need to create every single day. So when I created this office space, I was very clear about the feeling that I wanted it to evoke in me that would be conducive to my work. So when I walk into that space every morning, I feel instantly relaxed, peaceful, and inspired. Now, if you are working from home during this lockdown, you can even make your desk into a sacred space. You could maybe clear it of any unnecessary items or put those items on a small table next to your desk. And then place some items on your desk that evoke feelings of peace and serenity. For example, I always have a salt lamp and a candle on my desk. I also have an angel statue and a couple of crystals. And I often listen to some calming music on Spotify if I'm writing and I really need to concentrate. But overall, I always make sure that there is a calming, peaceful energy all around my desk and my workspace. Now, one of the most important things that you can do in your home is to create a sacred space for meditation. Choose a quiet corner where you can either sit on the floor or sit in a favorite chair. Then ask yourself how you can delineate that area in such a way that you feel like you are entering a sacred space when you sit down to meditate. You could perhaps surround yourself with houseplants. You can create a meditation altar with items that have special sacred meaning for you. You could hang a special wall hanging nearby, or perhaps you have a special meditation pillow that you like to sit on. You could have things like candles, crystals, spiritual statues, or even some of those stones that have positive words painted on them. The key is to place special items in that space that evoke the experience that you want to have. Now, if the weather is warm where you live, you can do something similar on a deck or even a balcony. What do you want to experience when you spend time in that space? One way to create high vibrational energy in an outdoor space is to have elements of nature all around you. You know, things like plants or potted flowers. You can think of creating a space that will attract fairies and nature spirits. Now, if you are a person that has a natural connection with the fairies, you can actually even ask the fairies to help you create this space by inspiring you with ideas of what you can place there. Just think of creating a space with an outdoor garden kind of a feel to it. Overall, you want to be as creative as possible. And don't worry about impressing anybody. I mean, besides, you can't do that anyway with all this social distancing right now, right? It's not about how things look. It's about creating a space that evokes a certain special, very personal feeling just for you. And as an aside, if you have children, you could actually even help them create a sacred space for themselves. Now, finally, I want to share with you guys the one most important ingredient that makes all of this totally magical. It's all about the energy that you put into it, because you are an energy being and you have the power to create with energy. So it's not like you're just creating a physical space and, putting physical items in some place in your home. Most importantly, you are creating a space with a very specific type of high vibrational energy. This is your chance to really understand yourself as a cosmic creator who has the capacity to influence the energy around you. This is a way to nurture your spiritual awakening while developing your power to live as the cosmic being that you are. Now, if you are a starseed, this could be a chance for you to create a space that might evoke memories of the beautiful planet or star system that you came from, because you could intend it to be for that purpose. The point is that you get to create whatever consciousness you want to have in your sacred space. So don't merely place physical items around you. Infuse everything you do with a high vibration and learn to experience your power to energetically influence things on a conscious level. And also remember to refresh the energy in your sacred space whenever you feel that energy beginning to wane. And of course, feel free to make any changes whenever you feel inspired. Overall, this will enhance your experience of meditation and restore your experience of being an empowered cosmic creator. Now, if you have any of your own tips on this subject, please feel free to share those in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it out with your friends. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I will be here 3 times a week to support your ascension and your spiritual awakening. Stay peaceful, my friends, and have a beautiful day. Namaste.